Hey, this is Matt.gajtka with Gajtka Golf Performance. What do you notice about the most powerful swings in baseball? They're not just upper body movements. You're talking about whether it's a toe tap or a big step toward the pitcher's mound. These guys and gals in softball always use the lower body to lead the upper body motion. A little bit easier in baseball. The bat's heavier than a golf club, so you feel like you have to really get everything in your body into it in order to swing it fast. Well, in golf, we can get away with being very upper body dominant, and that's what this week's tip is all about, preventing that upper body dominance. I'm just as guilty of it as anybody out there. I was thinking you wanted to keep your lower body incredibly stable, make a huge turn with the shoulders, and well, part of that's right, you do want to make a big turn with your shoulders, with your chest, your upper torso, your thoracic spine, that's the upper portion of your back. All that wants to turn away from the target, right? That's just a natural thing when you're trying to generate power, and you want to encourage that. You don't want to fight that. But the idea that you want to keep your knees, say, pointing straight at the camera in this case, while you take it way back, that's not actually what we're talking about. In fact, what we want to do is get those legs a head start in the downswing. The moment of truth is when you start down, not when you are loading up, getting to the top of the backswing, if you will, and into that transitional phase. You want to have that big separation, that X factor between your hips and your shoulders right at the start of the downswing. As you turn the lower body through, then the upper body follows, delivering all that energy onto the back of the golf ball, hopefully. But if you're someone like me, and I think there are more golfers out there like me than not in this way, you're an upper body dominant swinger. And it's only natural, right? We're holding the club in our hands. The club is in the possession of our upper body more than it is our lower body. But the problem is you want to work from the ground up in a very athletic type of a move. One of the things that I've borrowed from baseball, and you'll see many, many more professional golfers are borrowing this from baseball, is the step, the plant of that front foot. I'm not talking about literally moving your whole leg up and your foot all the way off the ground. But what you can do is, in an old school move, and I'll turn this way, orient myself this way to show you it better, but back in the 60s and 70s, you saw Jack Nicklaus do this all the time, one of the premier power players, obviously, of all time, but he would allow that left or that lead heel to come off the ground. And then once he planted that heel, it was a signal to the body to come down into the ball with power. I think we got away from that. I know we got away from that for many years, many decades even, but you're seeing it come back into the game. Justin Thomas is a prime example. He says when he wants to make an especially powerful driver swing especially, he'll lift that left heel off the ground as he gets to the top of the swing. Bryson DeChambeau, great example of someone who hits it as far as anyone ever has, really, compared to his peers on tour, or whatever tour he happens to be on, in men's elite professional golf. He uses that heel lift to great effect. And I have used it in drills, and now I've actually transferred it over to my actual swing. So it not only gets my lower body more into it, it forces my lower body to get more into it by going outside of my comfort zone, which is keep everything planted. And like I said, when I grew up playing golf, I was focused on just keeping that lower body so stable. You actually want to get some significant hip turn at the start, but you want to get those hips going first from the top of the swing. So drop that heel, bang, right into the ground, signals the deliverance of power through the ball coming from the ground up. And I found that not only do I hit the ball farther and swing the club faster when I use the heel lift at the top of the backswing, it's actually a great timing mechanism to get everything in sequence, right? Because you want to start down with your legs, with your feet, honestly, up from the ground, lower legs, then upper legs, and then into your upper body. So when you step, there's no way for that sequence to not be a lot better than it was previously. So a tip for power, also a tip for consistency and timing. And hey, all the speed in the world isn't going to help if you cannot get your mechanics on point. My name is Matt.gajtka again with Gajtka Golf Performance. Leave a comment here on this video. Get in touch with me. matt.gajtka@gmail.com is another way you can do it. I'm on social media as well. I'll set up a power plan that may involve a little tip like this one in order to get you in a place where not only technique-wise, but also physically, where you can be the most powerful golfer that you can be. Talk to you next time.